Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. My name is Ulia Sari. I am from English Education student of Maritim Raja Ali Haji University. Today I would like to present oral presentation. And this video was made for academic speaking course segment, which is lecture by Sir Muhammad Chandra. I will review this journal and the title is Evaluation of L2 Motivation in Higher Education. This journal was written by Ali H. El Khoury. This paper investigates how L2 motivation evolves over time in higher education. A motivational intensity questionnaire was developed, tested for stability and validity, and then administered to a sample of first-year male students studying in the foundation year of Jubail Industrial College, a higher education institute in Saudi Arabia. The statistical analysis showed that the motivational intensity of second semester students was significantly lower in terms of daily studying and preparation of major exams. The result also saw a worrying pattern of Saudi L2 learners exhibiting little inclination to practice the reading skill. Teachers should recognize this line of study interest pattern and accordingly adjust teaching methodologies and motivational strategies. Motivation is a subject of interdisciplinary interest. Cutting through suggests the first field of knowledge as education, sociology, economics, and political science. Motivation, commonly defined as the extent to which the individual works or strives to learn the language because of a desire to do so and the satisfaction experienced in this activity. The result of this study seemed to lend some support to the other study review about the find a gloomy picture, where there is a pattern of motivation to this line over time. In the present study, this pattern was revealed specifically in exam, prestational, and daily studying, but not in the other areas and discussed above. There are three possible explanations in the literature for the observed dislining pattern. The first is related to the distinction between attitudes and motivation. The second, some researchers attributed L2 learners the decline of initial high attitudes and motivation throughout the distinction between attitudes and genuine motivation. These researchers were reluctant to explain the highly positive responses obtained as a representation of motivation. Instead, they interpreted these findings as positive attitudes and global motivation for L2 learning. In order to accommodate the generally low L2 achievement of the responders, the result of the current study seem to dispute this explanation. The group in this study also reported expanding effort to learn the L2, which goes beyond mere positive attitudes. It may make more sense to attribute low achievement to force self-regulation needed to sustain effort over time, rather than to lack of genuine motivation in all of these responders. Moskovsky and Arabai's logic would have been achievable in high motivation automatically led to high achievement, while in fact it is self-regulated. Effort facilitated by high motivation that leads to the desired achievement. In higher education, it might also make sense to blame the decline in both L2 motivation and effort on overconfidence in one's ability, rather than the lack of real motivation, especially at institutions that offer intensive English programs. Learners in such cases might believe they have reached a sufficient level of L2 proficiency and do not need to work hard anymore. Distinguishing between enthusiasm and real motivation gives us the impression of a difference in kind, not in degree, an idea that seems conceptually problematic. Conclusion. This paper has attempted to investigate the macro-temporal dimension of L2 motivation in higher education. The findings might be interpreted as a confirmation of the gloomy picture of motivational decline, or in a more optimistic light where learners formulate goals that are more realistic in that latter case. Their motivation does not actually decline, but enters a new phase regardless of which of these two interpretation is adopted. Teachers should recognize this pattern and accordingly adjust teaching methodologies and motivational strategies. The consistency of the current result with others in this area efforts the lend support to measuring motivation through motivational intensity when operationalized in terms of voluntariness and habitually. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you very much for your kind intention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.